Do know that it will only be available to everybody that's here in the room, and I will turn off the recording for the Q&A section at the end. That's really to preserve your privacy, because a lot of times people will share in lengthier questions a lot more private information. Hello, Sadiq. I see you from Baker Ripley. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, everybody. This is who I am. You've had a chance already to see me and hear me for 12 minutes. We've got to dive in. Let's get into our content. We've done a lot of housekeeping already, and I just wanted to make sure everybody could hear. Yes, the bit.ly link, I'm happy to drop that in. Let me put that right here in the chat box. That way you have it. I do love small businesses. I'm fueled by small businesses. In fact, that's what I come from, is small business. I've been in small business. I've earned the Texas Governor's Excellence in Small Business Awards. And I've also had the great opportunity to work with so many thousands of small businesses to make sure that they're visible, valid, and valuable to their customers. And we're going to be talking about that today as we use and increase our sales with Google tools. Now, everything that I'm going to be talking to you about today is 100% free. Just so that you know, I'm not here to sell Google to you. I'm not at all any way getting any affiliateship from Google. I have the great opportunity to teach you about tools that you already have access to with a free personal Gmail or a free Google account that you can use. So you don't even need the paid workspace account. You don't even have to have a Gmail account. If you have a Google account, so if you have your own email, all you need to do is go to google.com/accounts, ACCOUNTS, so a plural at the end. Go there and use your current email address, create a password, and like any other password protected site online, that's how you're going to access all these free tools. We'll be talking about how you can list your products on Google. You can showcase them with your Google business profile. Who has a Google business profile? Oh, we've got Vancouver in the house too. Okay, India and Vancouver too. All right, everybody, welcome, Sean. How many of you have a Google business profile? Let me know in the chat box. We're going to how to set yourself up for success. And as always, I love to finish up with free recap and resources of things that you can use to help apply what you learned. Okay? All right, I see Laura has one. Paul does. Jennifer, Janice, awesome, awesome. Sean has one as well. Trouble getting verified. Ooh, Travis, I know verification can sometimes, it really depends on businesses and categories, right? New presenter locally, Eastern. Oh, right. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Perfect. Welcome, welcome. Well, I'm excited to have you here as well, Regine. I am one of the 7 national Google trainers, but I'm excited that you have somebody locally, because a new presenter of Google, I would love to know. Let me know, because there's also digital coaches, and I always love to meet people. Alba, I've one but not active, need to learn more. Well, you're going to learn some today. And then Alba, just so that you know, we do have a full session that really takes a deep dive into how you can get your local business on Google Search and Maps, which is about optimizing and maximizing that Google business profile. I will touch on it today because it is one of the wonderful Google tools, again, 100% free. So thinking about where you're at right now, okay? Are you a brick and mortar, or are you e-commerce, or are you both? I would love to hear, again, because I like to get to know you, to be able to provide more personal information, really substantial stories and examples that align with you and where you're at right now. Plus, you never know who somebody is, who they'll become, or who they'll influence. So they could be somebody to connect with here in the chat box, because we do have quite a few people here networking. So let me know, are you brick and mortar, are you e-commerce, or are you both? Okay, I see Cynthia, both. I see e-commerce here as well. Sarah, welcome. All right, we meet our customers in their living space, but we have an office. Okay, wonderful. Brick and mortar e-commerce. For now, looking to do a vendor show, brick and mortar e-commerce. Oh, wonderful, everybody. Thank you for finding that chat box. That's perfect. I want you to list down then, and you don't need to do this in the chat box, but you can. Okay, what is your LinkedIn name? My LinkedIn name is Maria Duron, just so you guys know. It's right here. My LinkedIn name is right. I'm going to put that right there in the chat. But what are 3 things you want consumers to know about your business? Feel free to share that in the chat box, because there are 54 other people here who are consumers. but also you can just do this for yourself. And it's really more important that you do this for yourself, because this is really honing in on what is the most important three things that somebody needs to know about your business and that you want them to know, especially if you're engaging people who could be potential referral sources for you, which everybody here has at least 250 to 325 other people that they influence. Then it makes it nice and portable to be able to share what it is that you do that could make a difference to their contact sphere, their friends, and their family members, right? All right, so think about what it is you want consumers to know about your business. And as you think about that and focus that, how are they knowing about that now? Okay, are you on socials? Is it through email marketing? Is it at networking events, word of mouth, flyers, direct mail, door to door, billboards, traditional media? How are they getting to know that? And how are they feeling like this is something that they understand about your business? These are three important things that it's so vital for people to know about your business. Now, as we look and showcase your business with a Google Business Profile, selling unique pet products. Wonderful, Selena. See? So in your Google Business Profile, I know there are a lot of people who take advantage of this and understand that this is how you can control your information on Google search and maps, which is very critical. Seeing this, that 94% of the world still goes to Google first. It's the number one search engine in the world when they want to know, go, do, or buy. Why wouldn't you be there? It really takes a tremendous amount of time, energy, and money to get people to pay attention over here. Let's say you're on socials or you have your own website, but all their attention is over here. And we know that when you can match that up and really be where their eyeballs are, which 94% are on Google and 84% are accessing that through a mobile device, we know that that is so critical for you to understand. It's also important for you to understand how Google search works, because the number two search engine in the world is YouTube. And while it's very video based and it is also have a chat and a live stream feature to it, it is very much a search and information network. So it is a search engine, but it's also a social network. It's the number two social network, only behind Meta. So as you look at that, it really makes a remarkable difference of where your business is seen and whether or not you're getting business from people online if you understand how Google search works. So in the instance of Woodward throwbacks, they knew that people were coming through their actual Google business profile. Now understand, you do not have to have a website to have a Google business profile. Let's say you're still undecided, or maybe you're really bootstrapping it, so you don't have any money to spend on anything extra right now. All you need to do is use a Google Business Profile and list your services and list your products, and people can buy from you directly, and it shows up on Google Search and Maps. You don't even need a website. So no cost, nice and easy, but a chance for you to showcase up high within the search engine, because this is using a Google tool. As long as you use it correctly, this will get some good visibility, and it gives you a chance to grow your business and build in that income and revenue you need before you start expending it on other things like a website or ads. I would never do ads until I used every free tool and maxed it out. Okay. Now I see a question here. Oh, perfect. We've got Jose talking about his business. Perfect. Selena, I see about your business as well. And Joy, I have a hard time categorizing my business because it's diverse. You know, Joy, that is such a challenge because there's only 3,000 categories, right? And yet there are so many businesses with different variations and conjugations. What I would encourage you to do is find the one that's closest. It's not going to be perfect at all, but find the one that's closest to your business. That way you can claim and verify your business. And after you do that, you can now, once you're a verified business owner, so you show that you own the business and you can control your information on Google Search and Maps, now you can add 9 other subcategories to showcase what makes you so unique. So maybe you're a leather shop, but you also do dry cleaning, repair, sewing, alterations. It could be a lot of different things in those other 9 categories, but you do have to start with one category to be able to claim and verify that you're the business owner. So do choose the one that's closest to what it is that you actually do. So what a Google business profile looks like, especially on mobile, remember what I said about people go there first. You see the name, you see reviews. So there's great third-party validation. This is very important because reviews carry such weight, especially within Google. Understand that if you are a personal brand, a consultant, or you're a brand that delivers services, you need to have at least 60 5-star reviews. Now understand, in that count of 60, those 5 stars that are just 5 stars alone are not counted in. So it has to be 5 stars and at least 2 or 3 sentences. So about 250 characters that somebody has to write on a review for you for that to count towards that 60. If you're an e-commerce shop, you need at least 120 5-star reviews. So that could be your first order of business, is putting together a strategy to build and grow reviews and to ask customers, because 92% of customers do not leave a review for you because they're not asked. And of those who do leave a good review for you, or any review, 68% would have left a better review had they been asked. But most people and most businesses don't ask because we're so busy being butcher, baker, candlestick maker in our business and trying to get other things done. So you see photos here, you see location, you see highlights, you see phone number. So it's how to contact and to be able to get connected with you. Now do understand, if you're a home-based business, you can have a Google business profile and just suppress the actual address. You will also do this if you have, let's say you have an office and it's business by appointment. So you don't want to show your address. But you can get a lot of visibility, especially within your local area. So how do you get those 60 to 125-star reviews? You've got to focus on local first. Understand that the heavy lifting and the power of Google Business Profile is that it is hyper local focused. So if you say you serve the United States, even though you may serve the US or even worldwide, if you do that, you dilute the effectiveness of this tool and it will not show up for anybody. So why bother even doing anything on it and optimizing it if you're not going to be seen? You do have to be visible first. You see that somewhere back here in one of my, you actually don't see it here. There you go. You'll see it visible. There it is right over here. It's the first step to be visible. If people don't know you exist, they cannot do business with you. So you do need to be hyper local focused, and there are other tools you can use to be able to reach worldwide. Okay. Oh, no worries. Welcome, welcome. You got it. All right. Does the review section ask customers to leave that long of a review? It doesn't ask them at all. So we have to teach them, Elijah. So a lot of times what I'll do with customers is I'll say, you know what, I would love a review, and give a couple of sentences about your insight. Here's an example of one. A lot of times when we give people examples or even a fill in the blank, they will follow along with that, and that helps focus them for the moment, because a lot of times they're busy with, of course, their lives. So it's easy to get distracted if you're asking them to write something from scratch. So I like to give them a little bit of help with that. And then they also have a positive review because I have helped them be able to leave a review. So when you create a business profile, if you're logged into your free Google account, all you need to do is go here to look for a Google business profile, refresh, sign in, and you will have that opportunity now to be able to claim your business profile. So you do get that free. You'll go to google.com/business. You'll claim or complete the information. Now, you can be verified one of 3 ways. It could be by postcard, and I hope you're verified that way because postcard is the easiest one. It'll arrive directly to your mailing address. P.O. boxes do not work, just so that you know. It has to be an actual physical mailing address. And now you'll get something that looks like a W-2 with perforations on the top and the side. It doesn't look like a postcard, but that's what it is, and you're looking for a 5-digit verification code in there. Now, the other ways that you can get verified is you could get a phone call. Now, I really encourage you, if you're going to get a phone call, Google will let you know. It never calls you. They never call you just on their own. So they're not soliciting you saying, oh, you're going to lose your listing. That's just unscrupulous marketing firms. But what you'll do is you'll actually start it, and you will know that a call is coming in or a text. Do not have do not disturb on. I've actually had people do this. And so they've been knocked out of getting verified because they had their do not disturb on. You do want to make sure that you're ready for it when you let Google know that you want the text or call, if that option is provided to you. The third option is video, and that's one of the hardest ones to use, but I'm happy to go over that. Again, we do really take a deep dive in how you can optimize and get verified quickly within our Get Your Local Business onto Google search and map session. And if you want that, get with a Google partner who invited you, okay? Because I'd love to come back for that. So you can keep your profile current. Once you are verified, you'll see when you're in Google search, all you need to do is log into Google search and immediately it'll bring up your business, or you can search your business and you'll see these icons come up. These icons are what you can use to manage and control your information in Google. We've used that to give a small discount to our returning customers. Oh, that's awesome, Laura. I love that. So if you click edit to edit the profile, so you see this number, this first icon, which says edit profile all the way to the left under the name or the title, your business on Google and how many views they get a month. If you click edit profile, you now have the ability to name and change the business name if you need to, but also add those categories. Remember what we said about you can add 9 subcategories to really showcase what makes you unique. Now you can put your description in. This is really important. Your description needs to match what people are actually typing in and what they're searching. Hey Google, hey Alexa. This is really important because the first part of Google's pillars, so there are 3 pillars that determine where you show up in search organically. And number 1 is relevance. How well do you match what people are typing in? Well, if you're using your own words or industry speak and you're not your best customer, then you're missing your best customers. The best way to do this is read your reviews, or if you don't have any reviews yet, read your competitors' reviews, because in their own words, those customers, those potential buyers from you or who bought from you are letting you know exactly what matters most to them. You can put information like location, hours, and even more there, as well as highlight attributes. I just came from a session that I did in person in Dallas for veteran-owned businesses, and they wear that proudly, and they actually look for that veteran-owned badge whenever they're on Google Maps to see who they'd like to do business with. You can edit those attributes. You can also add a lot more information about your business, maybe even special hours, curbside pickup, if you have delivery, if you have special senior shopping hours, anything like that. You can also let people know when you're open, because we know that people want to do business with businesses that that are open right away, especially in their local area, if they're looking to see who has that product or even who has that brand or is it in stock. So as we look here, that open now means a lot. Now, for those of you that are by appointment only, you'll be a little disappointed that you can't set that up, but do know that you in your description can go back and actually put in that you are by appointment only. So let people know that. That way your description is helping you out and letting people know how to do business with you. But then what you can also do is add your link to your Google Calendar. Understand, for free now with Google Calendar, you can set up an appointment calendar in there, a booking, kind of like Calendly or OneHub. You can do that now and put that link within your Google business profile. So it makes it easy for somebody who's trying to do something without having to talk to somebody and try to do it quickly. They can get all of that done. Okay, this is how you can set up your hours. You can also have special hours. You know, we've got Thanksgiving coming up. We've got other things with the holidays also fast approaching. And we want to let people know what our hours of operation are, because frankly, if you say you're closed on Google or you're open on Google, even worse than that is if you're open on Google and they drive up to do business with you and they found that you were open on Maps, but now you're closed, they're not mad at Google, they're mad at you. And that's part of that first impression that can be really lasting. So you'll see that they love when they can see information about good deals, discounts, or promotions. And what's nice is with your Google business profile is you can update and post about that. In fact, I encourage you to do that. The algorithm loves it. So what the algorithm does is in generative search, that is AI search that Google has evolved to, you'll see that these things with photos and with videos that are giving up offers or promotions or updates or special hours, or even where you're highlighting a new product or service, or maybe a team member that has come on board, when you can share personal and really relevant information about your business here, it's given favor in search and it shows up higher in search. So you do want to do post as often as you can. If you post on social, post on your Google business profile. It's really critical, and do know that not everyone is on socials. They're not all on TikTok. They're not in Reels. They're not on Snap, but they are looking at Google when they want to know, go, do, or buy. Okay. Now with your post, what you can do is you can add an update there. You see that you can add offers, you can add an event. So even let's say today, with OKSBDC, if you wanted to say, hey, we're having a webinar today, it would have been visible on Google Search and Maps until it actually started at 11 a.m. Central Time. So you could do that. Let's say you're having a special event, maybe holiday hours, a special, we're going to do counseling and coaching for customers, or you're going to do a reveal and bring a new product. You might want to showcase that as an event. Customers do love to do a lot of visual shopping, so they're looking at those reviews. That's why I spent a lot of time at the beginning talking about the importance of having 5-star reviews and having see that good text under that 5-star review, because that gives it more weight as well as counts it towards your actual average. And you need 60 at least minimum, or 120 if you're an e-commerce store. So you see that people are looking to to discover and to be inspired by what other people are doing. They are searching on Google, and you want to show up again, because if you're not visible, then people can't do business with you. You do want to read your reviews. Okay, this is important. Do you know the number one, anybody want to let me know the number one way that you can stand out within reviews? Just let me know. Any of your guesses in the chat box. And yes, Sean, how long of a video can I post on Google Business Profile? 30 seconds. So about 30 seconds is what you've got. You'll see it's sometimes a little bit generous. I've seen it gone over, so it's not a hard stop like YouTube Shorts or a hard stop at 60 seconds, but about 30 seconds. So whatever you would post on an Instagram story would work. A TikTok would definitely work. I would probably strip the logo off of it. And remember, this is this is where people will go when they want to know, go, do, or buy. They don't go there to be social. So it's not a time to say this or that, or watch me, dance on this next trend. People aren't interested in that unless that dance trend has now showcased 5 bubbles that are showing some tips for them that they want to see. Okay. All right. Could I go over the reviews again? Yes. How do they work? So the reviews, Kimberly, how they work is that reviews, you get that what people will do is they'll leave reviews, and they can do well, I'm trying to say that too fast. They can do that on Google Maps and Google Search if you have a Google Business Profile. So it will show up there whenever they leave a review. When they leave a review, if you get 5 stars, that's great. You get 4 stars, that's great. But it doesn't count towards your average, nor is it counting towards the 60 minimum 5-star reviews that you need, unless there's at least 2 to 3 sentences of text underneath. So they can't just say 5 stars and say, great, great talk, Maria, or great webinar. I love when people give me feedback, and I'm very grateful and honored for that, but I know it doesn't count towards the algorithm when that happens as well. Okay. So you do need to make sure that you encourage them, and the ways you can do that is by providing a sample to them, or even say, hey, here's an idea of what this can look like, or here's somebody who just left a review, and they can give them some guidelines then on how they can write the review. It gives them a kind of a cheat sheet in seeing that. Okay. Yes, Janice got the answer there. It's important to reply to them. So Janice, you win, you win, you win. All right. I said, what's the number one way you can stand out on reviews and what you do with reviews? And Janice had the right answer there. Say thank you for a good review. 97% of businesses do not say thank you for a good review. So if you want to stand out head and shoulders above your competition and do something that they're not doing, to really, really get noticed, say thank you for a good review. Because most of us, human nature is we gravitate and focus on the negative review, and we just leave behind all the wonderful, beautiful reviews that customers have given us. So we do want to treat those very personal and understand that's a conversation. And if somebody started a conversation with you and you haven't responded, then it sounds like and looks like you're not listening. And if you're not listening, who wants to do business with anybody who doesn't listen and value their customers? So all of us lurking are also paying attention to the fact that you're not listening either, and making decisions on whether or not we even want to consider you to do business with. So as we look at reviews, yes, absolutely. I love it too when I get a response. Could you go over the reviews again? Okay, so what is different when you get that average? What's different when you get the average is it's only counting the ones with the 2 to 3 sentences. So you could get 20 5-star reviews, Kimberly, but with no sentences underneath, those aren't factored into your average. Make sense? All right. So it is important to reply to them. Do know that if you've been in business any amount of time, you're going to get some negative reviews. It's just going to happen. Nature of the beast. Do know that you're going to get trolls who just like to make comments left and right. Don't feed the trolls. We don't want to feed the trolls. But if you do get a negative review, do acknowledge it. Do help them and support them and see how you can assist them. But do that as quickly as you can by getting them offline. In fact, the response I always like to share with people is, that's not the experience we want for you. I'd like to learn more without jeopardizing your privacy. Would you please contact me here? And then I'll put a link to our contact form, phone number, where to text, phone number to call, email address, WhatsApp link, messenger link, whatever I need to put there that it's the best way to contact them. So what I say is, that's not the experience I want for you. I'd like to learn more without jeopardizing your privacy. Would you please contact me here? And that's really important because it takes that offline and it shows to all of us lurking that people actually matter. You actually listen to your customers. Can I sell items I'm currently selling on Amazon for a different price? Not for a different price, Joy. And it's not us that you have to worry about that. So it's not Google you have to worry about. Google, whatever your price is, that's your price. But Amazon, if you sell it for $5 on Google, so you actually sell it on another site, either you put it here as far as $5. So I put a range. You can put a range. So the range, Joy, will solve your problem right away. And then you can have a one-on-one conversation either by email, by contact form, or by phone. But if it's published on a site that, let's say you put $5 in your site and you sell it for $10 on Amazon, that's actually in violation of Amazon's policies, not Google's, okay? So you can ask for reviews. You can share that link that you get. So if you are looking at your Google business profile, you'll get this nice long link there and you'll see that little copy icon next to it. Just click on that and you can share that on email at the bottom of your signature, which is prime real estate there where people are looking and you may not have anything there that really shows them that you are asking for a review. You can also share it on socials. You can put it into your Instagram profile that gets 4 links, or you can even share it out in a post where somebody can click, like on Facebook, and you can share it by a link even if you're making a comment or giving feedback or at the bottom of an invoice. So how your products can appear actually when they're showing up on a Google business profile is just like this. So you can upload products they can actually buy there and go directly to your site. For some of you, depending on the region that you're at, you might have access to buy on Google, which actually Google will do the merchant processing there. Not everybody has access to that yet, but I know it's rolling out. And you can also put a product catalog there where they can just click to call you and buy from you directly. Okay? All right, I see some questions here. Client through phone, text, and thank them. We'll definitely work on that. Perfect. Alba, I love this. Oh, I love, love, love. All right, perfect. I love when you find what is it that you want to take action on that you learned today. So exciting to hear that. You can edit those products, so you can throw them up there, add new products all the time. Feel free to do that. You can put names, categories, descriptions, even a button if you want them to visit a web page that maybe has more details and more information about that product too. Or you can have a call now button there where they click to call you, to contact you, especially if you would rather you do business with them over the phone or in person. Now, if you do have barcodes, G10s, so these are actual codes that you have that are usually labels that you put onto your different products. If you have that, so you have a POS, a point of sale system where you just scan it in as somebody's purchasing something, or you have that actually in your e-commerce store, then all you need to do, especially in a brick and mortar, is you just can go get this free tool, Pointy with Google.com, and you're just going to scan everything and it'll immediately upload it to Google. So you don't have to even worry about manually doing any of this, right? It's all done for you, and this is a 100% free tool that you can use. So all you need to do is when you have Pointy, so you would go to this URL again right there in the blue, that's where you would go. Now you use that and scan all of your products with your point of sale tool. And once you've done that, it'll start displaying all your products on Google and it'll help shoppers find you and see who might have that product in inventory or that brand locally. So if you are considering using Pointy, you do have to have a physical store in order to do that. Just so you know, you do have to have a brick and mortar location, and you do have to have those codes actually on your product. You cannot do it without the codes. So you can find out a little bit more at that URL at the very bottom. And again, if you want a copy of today's slides, let me just drop that again one last time here, or one more time. If you came in later, I'm going to put it in the chat. That's how you can get a copy of today's slides, and the recordings will be there later this afternoon. Can you please explain how we can purchase a domain and link the Google review link to it? Some people don't like the long link. Oh, are you, Sean? I'm going to save that. I'm going to ask you actually for more clarification. I want to know, are you wanting your reviews from Google to show up on your website, or to just put a link from your website? I'm not sure I understand clearly the question, so let me know, okay? So your next steps are to go to google.com/business, claim or complete that business profile. Now update your hours once you've claimed and verified that you're the business owner. Upload products or services, because you could have services as a product. You can upload those, include hours, put posts and updates. And if you do have a brick and mortar and you do have all of your inventory with scan bars, you can scan that and you're instantly there. So when you list your products on Google, another free tool is Google Merchant Center. Now, this is only if you have products. So this is not for somebody that may have a service, so to speak, like let's say you have heating and air conditioning, but let's say you have heating and air conditioning and you sell them an annual maintenance plan. And with that annual maintenance plan, they get all of these replacement parts or all of these other updates where you're going to go in and utilize these parts when you go take care of the replacement or the yearly maintenance. That's fine. Then you can sell that product package and that whole thing on Google Merchant Center, but mostly Google Merchant Center is very product based, so you know, and it is where you can showcase and control even more so where your products show up in Google, because there's much more than Google Search and Google Maps, right? So as we look at this, your products can actually show up in Google Search, so that's one place, but as I said, there's more than that. You can also have it show up in Google Shopping. If you've never seen this, look at the tabs on top of Google Search, and you can go to Google Shopping, which is a cost comparison tab of Google. It brings up what's available, what the price range is, so you can select and filter by price range, whether it's installed, whether or not you have to pre-install it, is it DIY, do it yourself, the brands that are available, even how you can pay, who takes payment plans. All of that is available for free within Google Shopping, so you can showcase your product there. And if people are comparison shopping and you don't have your product on Google, then it doesn't exist there and they don't know to buy your product or to do business with you. You can also have it show up in Google Images by loading your products into Google Merchant Center. This is important, seeing that we're a highly visual society and that visual products and videos are given favor, so they show up higher in search. This is a great way for you to show up, and I encourage everybody to do all of this and max these out before you pay anything for ads. I would never pay for ads until I'm making sure I optimize each of these free tools. Now, you can also put a little information, let's say if you've got a product on sale, so you can have that in sale or say that it's in stock as well, or you can purchase it straight from that image. So the way Google Merchant Center works out is you create an account. Again, if you have a free Google account or free Gmail account, you're golden, you're ready to go. You're going to upload your product, and now it'll showcase those products across Google. So when customers go going there, now they can make a decision on how they'll check out. So for you, when you're setting it up, you need to let Google know how this actually works. So where can they check out? Can they check out on Google? Can they check out on your website or in your local store? Again, that buy on Google, that third bullet point, will depend on your region. That is rolling out to everybody, but not everybody has access to it just yet. Okay, so it rolls out by region, but now they can buy, and sometimes just buying on Google is easier because the less clicks, the better, the more chance they're actually going to buy from you. In Google Merchant Center, you can upload, or you can actually type in every single product, so you can manually enter it in, or you can use a template actually to bring in a whole bunch, especially if you have 1,000 SKUs. So you have 1,000 different products, because there might be some variations between a yellow t-shirt, a red t-shirt, a blue t-shirt, each being a product number. Then that would have to be entered in, and you might want to use a spreadsheet and automatically upload that. You can do that too. or you can do it manually, especially if you want to do it yourself for the first time just to get a good feel for it. So is Google Merchant Center good for you? It is if you have products that are available. So remember, it's product based. You do have to have a secure checkout process, and you do have to have published on your website or somewhere online. It has to be published that you have a return policy. That does have to be published and visible to the public. Okay, those are the three requirements of utilizing Google Merchant Center, and it's 100% free. Now, one thing it did not say here, I'm going to go back to images because I just got to get really excited about this. How many of you have used Google Lens? Okay, Google Lens comes usually for free on all Androids, and I believe it's starting to come out on all the Apple ones. But what Google Lens is it's Google's AI. So it's how you can search by image, and a lot of people will use it to say, what's this flower? What's this I see? But because it's been around for a while, now it has already been formatted to, let's say I'm at a festival and I see some spices and I think, okay, this is great, but I don't want to carry this around with me. So I want to see who has it locally. Who has this fennel spice? So I can take a photo of it, and it'll bring up everybody in Google Lens who has that product and who I can buy from locally. But if you're not here, if you've not uploaded your images to Google Merchant Center, you're not going to show up in Google Lens. Okay? So a lot of people do utilize Google Lens to do some of their searching and shopping. Now, do we have to have a return policy for our customer items that have no returns? You mean like no, Paul, are you talking about you have a product and there's no returns, like you don't allow returns? Is that what you mean? I'm not sure exactly your question. Or is it a consumable? So how could they return it? I'm not sure. Just let me know, okay? Now, how you can get ready for shoppers is control your information on Google Search and Maps. I know when people are not utilizing the free tools, because I'll hear things like, I can't control, I don't know why Google sees this. I'm not sure why I don't show up. So what people do a lot of times is they'll throw their information up online and they'll post and publish it. And now they hope that Google sees it. And while Googlebot is amazing and while hope is wonderful, it is a poor strategy. You have to strategically enter your information and upload it to Google. If you don't do that, then now you are just leaving yourself to the bot of whether or not it could find you, because it may not ever find you. It's great, but it's not perfect. So what are you doing to make sure that you're keeping your information up there and online? Okay, so absolutely, I'm happy to share more with you too. I can go through that. The Google Merchant Center, I just got a question there. I can share more at the end. Absolutely, if people have questions. Let's see. Our custom-made items are not returnable. Okay, Paul, if they're not returnable, then that's your return policy. It's not returnable. It's just like I market digital products. So I, sell a lot of different digital products on how you can find keywords, how you can do this. And if somebody consumes it, my return policy is you can't return it, because once you have it, I can't get it back, right? It's in here, right? Whether you use it or not. So that's your return policy, but it does have to be published publicly, okay? So people can find that in order for you to use Google Merchant Center. All right. Now you want to make sure your payment process is easy. This is a lot of stickiness that happens too, where there's friction because people come through, and if they can't see that you have all of these ways to pay, let's say maybe the way your website's laid out on mobile, it's not showing it, so it kind of scrunches it, it's not visible, or it collapses it, or perhaps you don't have these services available. That could also be an issue. Our job as business owners is to make sure that we make it easy for people to buy from us. So we've got to make that nice and simple, and understand there are people who will not get out of bed or off the couch if they have to get their credit card number. They are going to use Apple Pay or Google Pay or Amazon Pay or PayPal, whatever they use in their systems where they don't have to remember a credit card number or get that and put a CVV code in or anything like that. They're going to make it easy. So we want to make it easy for them to buy from us. And understand that it's important to think mobile first. This is critical. You heard me say that earlier. 84% of us go to mobile first whenever we want to do anything. Understand that even Amazon, so when I was working with the Amazon team, for those of you who've been in a session with me before, you've heard me talk about this. When I was working with the Amazon team and the unlimited, it seems like sometimes resources and time that they build for mobile first. And if they have extra time, extra resources, extra money, they will build for desktop. In fact, I do see now that there are a lot of sites that you visit on desktop that will say it's not available except on mobile, because that's where people go first. When they want information, they go to mobile. So if you go to this URL, g.co/mobile friendly, you'll see it there to the middle and left of the slide. It will let you know whether or not your site is mobile friendly. Now, everything that I'm teaching you here today and everything that anybody would happily have you pay on search engine optimization is worthless if your site is not mobile responsive and secure. So it has to be the HTTPS, so it has to be secure, and it has to be mobile friendly. For free, Google will let you know if you use this site whether or not you're mobile friendly, and also what is slowing it down and what needs to be fixed. So if it's not mobile friendly, it could be it takes longer than 1.2 or 1.8 seconds to load, because that's all you've got, 1.2 or 1.8 seconds, and people, you'll lose over half, 53% of people will go on to something else because it takes too long to load on their mobile. It's also not mobile friendly if you have to pinch and zoom or swipe side to side to finish reading something. So Google takes all of that into account, and the algorithm actually penalizes anybody that's not secure or not mobile friendly, and there's nothing you can do or pay to get to the top of search when that happens. So that's why it's important for us to take advantage of this. Okay, I've covered a lot of information here, right? So I'd like to end with a recap and resources so you can start utilizing what you've learned here today. You did learn how to update your business profile and how to claim it if you don't have one yet. How you also can read and respond. That's going to really significantly help you stand out amongst other people. To try Pointy to be able to put your information up there, your products there, always to think mobile first, because that's where we go first, always. And now, what does that message look like? Do we make it easy for people to do business with us? Do we make it easy for us to be found, or are we hiding from Google? And if you're hiding from Google, then what is the strategy behind that? Okay? So now my question to you is, what are you going to apply that you learned? Because a lot of times I hear people talk about that myth that knowledge is power, but knowledge is not powerful until it's applied. So if you look at what you spent today, almost 60 minutes that you either spent or invested, what are 2 or 3 things that you are going to apply that you learned today to make this an investment and to truly help you be visible, valid, and valuable, therefore really growing your business online? What is it that you're going to do? Feel free to use the chat box if you want to share there. I love when I hear shout outs like that of what people are doing. It also encourages other people in the room get their services updated. Perfect. And positive responses to reviews. Yep. Look for yourself on mobile. You really need to take a good look at it. And I'll show you how afterwards to see what you look like on mobile after this, because it's not a part of this session, but I'm happy to do that afterwards in the Q&A. Let me take a quick drink. All right. Offer online registration. Perfect. So now you can look at that to update your social media with your review link. Absolutely. And Sean, you also, excuse me, you also can with your Google business profile now. It rolled out about a month ago. You can add your social profile links. They don't have to match your name or anything. You can just put the links in there. So look for that in the back office of your dashboard of your Google business profile. You'll just go back there, put edit profile, go to contact. And if you have that available to you, it'll say social profile links. Do know that that's rolling out by region. Again, it depends on your region, but that did roll out about a month ago. You're welcome, Sean. You're very welcome. All right. What else is people going to take reviews more seriously? Absolutely. Remember what I said. If you've got questions, this is the team of people, these organizations who have boots on the ground to help you, that are there and have local people that you can reach out to. And I love when you do business with people locally. I love that first and foremost. So do keep that in mind, and that'll be available in the slides that I do provide you. Also, if you want to ask me questions, this is office hours, so you're welcome to ask me questions. It should be open right now for you. If not, the wait list is up, but it will open up soon. So feel free, you could do that. Some people like to do that just because they want me to review if they updated something, they changed something, or maybe they are doing it for the first time and they would just like a walkthrough, or I'd like to ask you questions along the way, Maria. That's the best place to do that. Here is in the membership office hours. So you can find me there. At this link. Yep, absolutely. Happy to do that. Just connect there. There is a cost, just so you know. So the people here, there's no cost for them helping you. They are there to help support you. But office hours, there is a monthly cost to that, but I'm there for you to answer any Google questions that you have. Okay? You just have to ask them of me, right? All right. So then I am going to model what I told you. You always ask for reviews, and you do ask for reviews after you've provided great service. That's the best time, when people are inspired to leave a great review. So I'm asking you, you do not have to feel obligated at all, but I would be honored for a review. You'll see a QR code that'll take you right there. That's my Google Business Profile link. You can go there and leave a review, or you can go to reviewmaria.com. Sean, you mentioned something earlier about, oh, that long old URL that comes with Google. It does. I actually got a domain name that it points to that URL, because it's so hard to remember all that gibberish. But a lot of people know at least how to spell the word review and Maria, Maria, so they can do that and take this link or QR code to be able to leave me a review. Okay? And if you'd like to contact me, we do have a free marketing community where I do Google updates. There's one that just dropped this morning about some of the new updates that are happening with Google AI. You can find me here and find out the upcoming events and sessions I'm doing right here at KLI Brand, or you can find me on Twitter or on Instagram. I'd love to connect with you there and have virtual gift dances and celebrations with you when you share with me what you actually applied. And you can go to google.com/grow if you want to learn anything more Google. If you want to find another session and say, you know what, I'm going to get with my Google partner and ask them to bring Maria back, I would love to come back. It would be my honor to do so. It's now time for Q&A. As promised, I do turn off the recording for